All right, coach. So for post grad, like I didn't know what it was when you first reached out to me. If you could explain like why would a player want to go post grad and like how you can help them in the long term.
Well, post grad is for a gap year for student athletes looking to improve their game and just trying to seek that additional year of exposure. So when I came across your video, I said, "Holy shit, this kid can play." I did my research on you, saw a lot of good footage on YouTube, and I said, I can help this kid. One thing about myself and my brand, I'd rather be honest than impressive. You understand what I mean by that?
Right.
It's going
Yeah.
to save all of us some time.
One of the thing in particular is when I was deciding, I hadn't decided yet. Um, I was thinking about two different post grads, yours and one in Ocala, and you actually reached out to the person who ran the one in Ocala for me to tell them to hit me up. So that was just a super honest move, like for you, and it meant a lot.
Absolutely, man, because I don't really see these players as commodities. I see how these kids look at me when it comes to this program. It's a lot of fucking pressure, man, because your fate is really their fate is really in your hands, right?
Yeah.
So if I can help you, I'll take you. If I can't help you, I'm not going to take you. And let's be honest, man. When you guys were in the program, there were games where I'd be like, "You guys don't need to play." You get what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not one. It's not really worth it. Or um, no, with like post grad, man, it doesn't work how people paint it. They paint this pretty picture behind it, right? You
Yeah.
have some programs with the very nice facilities, things of that nature. They're going to travel all over the country. Um, Recruiting is never random. It's never random. It doesn't happen where you go play a game and miraculously a coach say, "Hey, I want that kid." Yeah, there's a happening,
Mm.
but 8 out of 10 times that's not the way it's going to work. It's a relationship based business. Um, I'm not saying it can't, but in reality, from my experience, that's how it went. There's some good programs out there. I would never shade another man's business, but you just got to be careful. I've lost a lot of kids because I was just honest. Like, hey, coach, can you get me D1? Can you do this and that? I'm like, son, I can't promise you that. I
Right.
wouldn't want someone to promise my son something they can't deliver on, right?
Yeah. So when I was there was only one team. How do you see the next few years or the future going? Are you trying to spread out to more locations?
I would like to spread out to different locations to be able to help as many people as I can. I think right now our brand is establishing itself as one of the more popular brands in the state, but I would like to keep it as I would like to I would like it to keep it as an elite brand by being very selective on kids we take. But let's just say there's a player who say, "Coach, my ultimate goal is just to go somewhere and play at the next level. Doesn't matter where it is. I'll have a little bit more. I'll be a little bit more willing to take them on, right?
What would you say to like players who are about like living situation, and if they're worried they don't know what like so what would you say to players about like living situations and just what post grads like at your school academy?
Right now, man, these kids have upgraded since y'all were here. Actually, y'all were living pretty nicely.
Oh, we're
Um,
downtown Tampa.
yeah, these kids live nice here, man. That's one thing that always important to me. Make sure these kids are safe and they're in a good environment, right? I treat you guys like you are my own. Um, so housing is the number one thing first and foremost. Yeah, facility is nice, but let's be honest. If you're not racking in millions and millions of dollars with this stuff,
Mhm.
you're not gonna be able to afford to build some big time facility.
Right.
And I don't want those guys that want that because they're a little spoiled. We
Mhm.
got to be a little hungry. We got to get it in how we can get it in, and we're gonna make everything else jump from there. If a
Right.
kid or a family look at the results that we've had over the past few years, it's a no-brainer. If you want the fancy jams and the fancy bus, don't come here. This
Right.
ain't a vacation. It's a place to get better and get to that next level.
Right. Do you want to talk about your results in particular of people who have stayed that first 6 months or whatever? People have, yeah,
I think just post grad alone, shit, I gotta be up in the 50s with kids I've helped get to the next level. Right now, we're at like a 92% success rate.
right,
Um, take a guy like yourself. You had no business even doing a post grad year. You already was cold. So I don't like taking the credit for these guys' success. None of you are. Um, I like to take a little credit for helping mold you guys into better individuals, but don't give me that credit. You guys put in the work. You guys earned that stuff. I've already done that stuff as a player. I don't need anybody to glorify me. You get what I'm saying?
right,
Um, but we send guys all over Nova, Florida Southern, Tulsa, UCF, USC Upstate, uh, uh, Clayton State, Warner, uh, um, kids getting offered from UMass, Bethune Cookman, FAMU, Montana State, Boise State, just various universities.
right.
All these kids just needed was an opportunity and for somebody to believe in them.
Mhm.
These kids are already good players. There's a ton of good players out there. What's wrong with the industry is if you're not in this little circle, a little fraternity, sometimes kids get outcast, right? Regardless if you go for 35 points on Elite Prep Academy, who has 10 D1 players, those scouts don't give a shit. You get what I'm saying? What you're going to need is somebody that's going to vouch for you and that's going to stamp you and say, hey, coach, I believe in this kid. I know what he's going to do. And I genuinely think he can help you without withering on your thoughts, right? And
Right.
that's what I do with all my guys. I love you if you're D3, NAI, D2, D1. It don't really matter to me. As long as I can help you achieve your dream, I'm going to love and embrace you as if you were a high major.
Mhm. All right, coach. Last question about post grad. What would you tell uh, a player of yours who is coming in early August or September, whenever you guys start now? What would you tell them to focus on and what to not focus on as much?
First, I would tell them not to focus on all these games. If it were up to me, I would play 10 games if it was up to me. A lot of kids come in and think, oh, we got to play 20, 30, 40, 50 games. For what? You got to get better. Let's get better, focus on our weaknesses. Then we can go play some of these games, implement what we've worked on, and we'll take it from there. Once those games are over, let's just keep focused on getting better, right? This is not AAU basketball, but it's turning into that where it's just games. You got to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
You're here for a reason. Let's just, and there's a lot that goes into it. Now you explain to the parents. You really got to condense like 4 years into 6 months. During that time, we got to go on unofficial visits. We got to talk to college coaches. We got to build relationships. We got to watch colleges practice. We got to play our games. We got to do our practices. And if you do the numbers on time, let's say you got 12 kids, how much time can you really allocate towards each individual?
Right.
You're going to sleep at least 7, right? Yeah, you're going to sleep at least 7. Then you got what? Uh, 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 what's that? 17 hours left. You got 12. So in reality, if you're doing the numbers correctly, you got 1.5 hour that you can put towards each individual, right?
Mhm. Right. Yeah, I just want to say is one of the best decisions of my life to go there, and now being at Nova, the school I'm at. I love it here, and just the relationships I built in that year post grad. I still talk to weekly basis. I still talk to 5 or 6 of the teammates, and more than that on a monthly basis and whatnot. So just thank you, coach, and thank you for taking the time to speak.
Oh, absolutely, man. I also want to thank you because I'm really proud of the way you've grown and matured on and off the court. I love your thought process. You actually help me out in ways that you have no clue when it comes to my thinking
Right.
and the way I approach certain situations and how I conserve my energy and time, right? You put that whole portrait of, traveling the world or and being able to free yourself and then enjoying the moment, not looking too far ahead, right? I've got that from you. So as much as my players appreciate me, I appreciate every last one of you guys. So it's just a blessing and an honor just to coach you guys.
Right.
And like I told Big Ray, I don't care if y'all play 0 or 30 minutes. As long as you're living your dream, you're happy. And like I told you, make sure y'all focusing on that game plan after college,
Right.
because it's gonna be here before you know it. And y'all more than just basketball players, right?
Right. Long life.
And build genuine relationships. I think you've done a great job with some of your teammates. You're a very likable guy. I pay attention to your mannerisms while you're on the bench. I can see it, all of them interacting with you. You're great. You're cheering these guys on. You got a twin on your team too. You kind of look just like
We're
you.
born one day apart too.
Really?
Yeah, from Denmark. So
You do realize everyone has a twin on this universe, right?
I've heard that there's multiple people that look just like really similar to you.
And everybody is connected by every seventh person
Mm.
in
Yeah.
some form. Look into it.
Right.
That's another subject, but trust me. You believe in law of attraction?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Who's your who's your favorite book author?
There's too many. There's too many. But Nassim Taleb I really like, and a book I really like is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. You know who that is?
No.
Marcus
Sound
Aurelius was a emperor of Rome, and also he's called the emperor of or king philosopher. So are you familiar with Stoicism?
yeah, yes.
So he wrote a book. It was pretty much his journal, his daily thoughts, and it got published after he died. And it's a short read. It's usually just like a few paragraphs each chapter, like a paragraph a day, and it's just reminders to himself of the shortness of life, why you should uh, just think. I highly recommend that book. I've read it.
Do you have a PDF file from it?
I can try it. I got it on my Kindle, but I can send you the summaries and Goodreads, the quotes from it.
Okay, nah, definitely, man. Definitely share that over. I'll check it out tonight. Like I said, stay focused, man. Stay the course. Um, you'll be fine, right? Just keep working hard.
Right. Thank you, Coach. Again.
All right, peace, brother. Take care.